Hi, everybody. Good morning. It's Saturday, August 15th, 2020. Well, at least it is for you. I'm recording this on Thursday because this weekend my wife and I are on vacation. So, anyway, in the last video, we put the avionics installation racks into the center panel for a lot of the Garmin stuff, which is cool. And you're going to get a little bit of a shot of the side of how that kind of looks here in a bit. But I'm working on the wiring. So the game plan is, now that the racks are installed, that's great. Now we can finally, and we've got all the pieces for the center, we can finally start measuring up, grouping, and cutting some wires and getting everything sort of correctly lengthened and start bundling stuff up, which is great. Part of that is, of course, the GNX 375, which is in. So now that that's in, because there's a lot of cables that wind up going into that box, right? There's 5 different RS-232 serial GPS backup lines that come out of that thing, and they're all used, right? All of them are used. So there's spider stuff that's coming in from there. Now, the order in which I'm doing it is I'm wiring all of the Garmin interconnections up first, and then at the very end, I'll be coming in with the CAN bus. I think I may have mentioned that before. So the CAN bus goes all over the panel, but there's only so many connections between the Garmin boxes themselves. So once all those are in, then I'll feel safe enough to be able to start layering this omnipresent network wiring to all the different boxes on top of all that. Of course, I would love to show that to you had I remembered to actually turn the damn camera towards the plane to show you. Oh, there we go, finally. Alright, so real quick, so this is the side of the center panel. You can see right there, you can see the holes. Each installation rack on the right-hand side, you can see, has 2 spots, right? Got screws, got nylock washers, or nylock nuts, sorry. It's kind of hard to see, but there's also, each one of them has a 3rd hole on the left side of that brace support, but the pitot-static and AOA lines are kind of getting in the way. Now that you can see those 3 lines, right? So those are the 3 that are coming in to attach to the AdHars unit on the back of the G3X system, which is pretty sweet. All right, so besides all of this, today is also, we've got a visitor, which you will see in a second, and I'll introduce. And there he is. That's Josh. Say hi to Josh. Josh is the winner of our rotisserie contest. He sent in a very funny picture of his pet dog, so cute, and gave a good story about why he needed the rotisserie. So, Josh lives in Las Vegas. He flew over here in his Mooney, which is, oh, so sweet. If they weren't so cramped on the inside, a Mooney would definitely be an option. And he's here to pick up the rotisserie. But, since he's here, don't just hang out. Let's go to work. So, I've given him an overview of everything that I've done in my plane up to this point. He's a builder of a 14, of course, as well. And we're going to be working on, but actually we're going to be going back to Chapter 35. So Chapter 35 was attaching the upper panel to the actual fuselage itself. So the firewall, to the aft decks, everything. So all of that is getting done. He's here. We're going to do all of it. Of course, first we're going to go ahead and break down his rotisseries because he's got to fit him in that Mooney, which he got back successfully. Very happy for that. So yeah, since he's here, I thought, you know what, it's time to finally bite the bullet and do something I haven't done in a while. I mean, look, well, like I always said, skipping chapters is very common, but what you need to do always is remember what you've got left, and every time that you start to do something else, you need to stop and say, okay, is there any work around here that I haven't done yet that I need to do, because the work I'm doing now will prevent me from finishing the previous work, right? Like, you don't want to box up something where you've got clecos on the inside, right? I'm sure it's happened. I'm almost 100% positive there has definitely been at least one home-built aircraft that has gone into the air with the cleco still attaching 2 pieces of metal. I can guarantee it. Right? I don't know it, but I'm assuming it happened. Right? There's intelligent life, and there's people that have done that. 2 leaps of faith. So here we are. So yeah, we're just going straight into it. Now he's got some riveting experience. I'm just like, you know what? You're here. I'll buck. You do the rivet gun. We'll do back and forth, and we'll go ahead and detach this. It's not really that dangerous for me to do that because again, like you have to look at what you're doing and see if it affects anything else. There's nothing before Chapter 35, right? I've got the fuel system in place. That's great. I've got the vertical support in place for the wiring. That's great. So now I can go ahead and attach the panel to the firewall and to the fuselage itself. Plus, don't forget, they are rivets. God forbid if you needed to. It was like 30 of them. I could drill those out in less than an hour and have that off of there, again, if I needed to. I don't want to, but I could. And we're just going to continue on putting that on in the next video. I want to give a special shout out before we go to Johnny King. So I got a check in the mail yesterday from Vans for $100. Johnny is an RV builder and mentioned me to Vans as the builder number that reference to them. So check for $100. Thank you, Johnny. Very appreciated. I'm still in shock every time I get one of those. Right. But hey, keep them coming. A couple thousand later, you know, we'll have this plane paid off. All right, so thank you for joining me, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.